Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. I am Mark, and we've just finished watching the Stormers play against the Dragons, and the end result is Stormers basically just outclassed the Dragons overall in the game. And just to run you through that game, I'll tell you something. That first half from the Stormers was just pure class, and that's why I say they just outclassed them in the end, because for the second half wasn't as great for the Stormers and really was quite telling of their bench. The first half was just unbelievable. It was like watching vintage 2015 All Blacks play rugby again. And it was just great to see the broken play and shifting of the ball and passing through and continuously keeping the ball alive in that first half from the Stormers. It was just incredible to watch. And the Dragons were just nowhere in that first half. Really, absolutely nowhere. I mean, knock-ons, penalties, scrum penalties, stupid pieces of play, going out, not getting able to collect phases, kicking the ball away stupidly, poor kicks. It was just a shocking half from the Dragons. One of the worst halves I've seen from a team in ages. But Stormers capitalized on that, and they just made sure they got all of their basics right. They won their lineouts, they won their scrums, they kept ball in hand. There were very few handling errors. It was just very classy from the Stormers outfit, being bolstered by their returning Springboks and overseas players from the Autumn Series. So, yeah, the first half went through, and basically, yeah, Stormers just outclassing them. Pokomela scoring a try in the 9th minute, being converted by Libok. Then Dwebo in the 16th minute, being converted by Libok again. And then Ruan Null scoring a great little team try from Stormers there in the 26th minute, just passing in the tackle basically the whole time there. And just a great little backline try there for Ruan Null, which Libok again converted. And then in the 35th minute, Libok scoring an unbelievable individual try where he beat 3 defenders from an attacking lineout inside the Dragons half. Just choosing to go the inside line, beating the scrum half, then the fly half, then the scrum half, and then the wing coming in. So went and scored that try, which he also then converted. So Stormers were very much in the front seat, 28 points, and then were attacking again right on the cusp of half time, and it was a very lucky intercept try for the Dragons, which got them a little bit of hope going into the second half, where Williams got the try in the end from the intercept, and Hanran then converted it, and that was the first half. Then going into the second half, I don't know what happened to the team talks, but Dragons clearly got a big team talk to motivate them in, and Stormers were basically told to relax for the second half because the Stormers were really nowhere in that second half. First 10 minutes was so scrappy. The rugby in the second half, first 10 minutes was shocking. There's handling errors everywhere. Stormers not able to decent kicks, going out stupidly on the full and just going borderline nowhere. And Dragons also messing up a couple of chances that they had themselves, but they were certainly the better team coming out of that second half. And the scoreboard shows that because they went and scored second half tries as well. Scoring in the 46th minute by Seuli, which wasn't converted. But that started the Dragons' little comeback. And then shortly afterwards, Stormers managed to get a little bit more of the ball in the 50th minute and got a penalty, opting to go for posts, not for the line, and maul it over. They had been doing in the first half, which was a bit odd. But they got the penalty over, taking it to 31 points. And then 46th minute, Stormers were on the attack, basically, and Tompkinson, the Dragons' wing, came in and put a deliberate obstruction in on Willie Engelbrecht, who managed to kick the ball forward from a bit of broken play into the in-goal area. Now, I wasn't really certain that he would have got there to have scored the try, but it was a very professional foul, so Tompkinson got a yellow card, and Stormers got the penalty, which again, they didn't opt to do a scrum or anything that would have taken advantage of that 14-man advantage, well, one-man advantage. But opted to go for a penalty kick again, which again was a very odd thing for Stormers to have done, given their first half. So took those points up to 34 points, and then another 15 to 20 minutes of seriously scrappy rugby, just knock-ons and broken play that wasn't really working. It was just not great to watch. Until the last 10 minutes where the Dragons suddenly decided to really wake up and convert. And there was a great little try from Hanrahan, who finished a great little breakthrough run from the loose forwards of Dragons, where they had about 4 players all being taken in the tackle and just managing to get the ball off in the tackle, eventually ending up with Hanhan going underneath the posts and then converting subsequently. So great little try for the Dragons there. And then very shortly after, in the 74th minute, Reynolds went over through a maul. So Stormers were really struggling to contain the Dragons in that second half. and was also converted by the substitute Reed. And then, Dragons just couldn't get out of their own half in those last 4 minutes, basically, to try and get a bonus point for the within 7. But Dragons winning that second half, basically, and Stormers not doing too great, but just overall their class in the first half just did enough in the end. So Stormers finished with 34 points and Dragons to 26 points. So Stormers with the bonus point win, Dragons leaving with nothing, unfortunately. I think they only leave with nothing. Yeah. So back to the drawing board for the Dragons. If they could just play like they did in the second half, earlier into that first half, they might well have made a competitive result out of that and got something out of that game. But Stormers just basically showing them that if you get the basics right in that first half, you are set for that second. So Stormers winning that game in the URC, putting themselves firmly as favourites again, basically, for the URC going into this year's season. Doing very well so far. But you've been watching me, Mark, on Forever Sports, and I will catch you again soon. Cheers.